So it's March 15th, 2022, and I lost some of the turmeric when I was trying to get the Kindle. So I'm subtracting about an eighth of a teaspoon. I have to include extra after I do this. I included it because there. That's how much more I have to include. So it's about a third of a teaspoon total in there of turmeric. Just stir it well. Make sure it mixes throughout. Get the tamari out in a minute. That's good. Get the tamari out. Using more family's tamari. It's not gluten-free, but that's okay. So a teaspoon at a time. That's good. About 2 teaspoons worth or 1 level tablespoon. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Let's get the special spices that I include in there. Give it that pumpkin spice-like flavor. Cardamom, coriander, nutmeg. Just gotta slide down here, see. Get back to the basil now. Alright. Okay, so I got the nutmeg here. A third of a level teaspoon of each of the following. Okay. Good. Oh god, here we go. Here's the nutmeg. Third of a level teaspoon of nutmeg. Let's see, cardamom. A third of a level teaspoon of cardamom. Whoop. Yeah, that's about right. That's right. Some extra. And I did a leveled, we'll see. Come on. Oh. About half a level teaspoon worth of coriander, ground coriander. It's right here. Put the lid on it. Make sure it's sealed. About a level teaspoon, 1 level teaspoon of oregano, dried oregano. Actually, 1/2 to 3/4, I'd say, was of a teaspoon. Those of dried oregano. We gotta get the basil. Let's see the basil here. Excuse me. Got the basil. Basil. About the same amount as the oregano, about 1/2 to 3/4 of a level teaspoon worth. Oh, Almost dropped it. That would have been bad. Okay, let's stir this. Thoroughly. Okay. I think I used less tamari last time. Just a little bit less. That's okay. Alright. I'm going to add in a pinch of cinnamon. Last time I didn't do that. So, about like a quarter of a level teaspoon worth of cinnamon. Let's see. Going off. There we go. Stir it very well. We get the dried cranberries. Dried cranberries. About half a handful worth. Get the almonds. Slithers, I think that's what they call them. Pieces, sliced. Now almonds, I recently looked up, today, I looked up the copper content of almonds, and for some reason, they're documenting that it's lower than the amount of zinc that they contain, but to the contrary of that, years ago, like last time I had looked, besides other than today and finding that out, they were always documented or known to have a higher copper content than zinc, I believe, just like chocolate is, or cocoa nibs, cacao, in the past. And I don't. So I can't depend on the new information that popped up, that I looked at quickly, where they had documented that it has a higher zinc content than copper. You can't rely on that completely unless you do, like, one does more research into that. But it doesn't matter that much because I'm only using it a little bit in this recipe. It's just good to know that, to be aware, to take that precaution. Just think of it having a higher copper content than zinc, and if one were deficient in copper, to be extra, if they tend to be deficient in copper, which is not common completely. Cocoa powder, unprocessed raw cacao powder, has a higher copper content than zinc. So yeah, almost done. Yeah, I'm using about half a handful here.